What's up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. So, it's official, y'all. Bill Cosby is guilty. Bill Cosby is guilty of three charges dealing with sexual assault, and each assault charges is like 10 years. So they basically gave Bill Cosby, Dr. Bill Cosby, 30 years to be in prison. So before I get into this video, go through the details of things too, I'm gonna let it be known. This video is basically not a pro Cosby joint, anti Me Too movement type of joint. This is basically a video that's just concerned and wonder a few things, you know, something simple. Ain't no one-sided type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as I like Bill Cosby, Dr. Bill Cosby, and grew up on a man, you know what I'm saying, certain situation is just can't be ignored. So here we go. So basically, this is like a two-folded type of two-side situation. All right, because like the Bible said, what happens in the dark must come to the light, or will come to the light. So on one hand, unfortunately, fortunately, justice was served. You know what I'm saying? Justice was served, and why I say unfortunate because truth be told, the justice system that is in this country, based on how it was designed in the United States of America, justice was served. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I say that to say this, I'm not gonna go out and be like it's wrong. It's not wrong to sexually disrespect a woman. I ain't gonna say that because it's wrong. Ain't no way a man, any man, no matter what position, what field they perform in, is it right for a dude to be violating a woman in any type of way, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, based upon how the justice system in this country is designed, justice was served. And why I keep saying that, because of this. In the United States of America, the justice system has a history of trying to find ways to set up traps for African American citizens. And it goes way back to back it goes way back. You know what I'm saying? 18th, 19th century. It go way back. It's been designed to, it's something you just can't ignore. You just can't ignore the history and the facts that are based upon this country. That there's more laws to set up black folks than any person on this country. You know what I'm saying? We can't ignore that. And if we try, you can try if you want to, but you still can't ignore it. It's there. It's there. It's there in your. It's next door to you. It's across the street from you. It's around the corner. You know what I'm saying? The next city, the next block, all that stuff. You just can't ignore that. And it's jacked up that it is designed that way. And with Bill Cosby being a man of his stature, of his legendary resume, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. It's like once you break the law, you got to deal with the consequences. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it hurts, but it got me thinking too much, about why would a man of his status let it go this far? And I'm not talking about Why? And I'm not talking about why he didn't pay it off and all that stuff. No, I'm not saying that he did. I'm not gonna say he didn't. But I will say why he continued to let this go. As in, if this situation did happen, why did he let it happen? You know what I'm saying? If you're a known married man, why let this happen? Why let why bring problems? Why bring a seed of destruction in your life? Because scripture makes it clear that once you conceive with sin, it gives birth to death. And right now we're looking at the death of a legacy, a man who brings out who has a legendary resume. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sad to see it. It's sad to see this dude go from being the number one TV American dad to now the number one uh sex offender. Like literally, it is sad to see this man go from the top of the world to now about to be in prison. Even though he can, if he he can appeal, which can take time before they decided to put him in prison. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If he's really guilty, he deserves to be in prison. If he's really that guilty. Now, on the other side, this is where things get to be. This is where questions need to be asked and answers needs to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? From the simple fact that Bill Cosby, an African American actor, comedian, philanthropist. I hope I said it right. Uh, a man send who either send black kids to college, or give kids the opportunity to dream big, to even want to go to college, especially like a historical black college, and university. Man, that donated millions and millions of dollars in all these colleges, and managed and for some reason managed to be receive honorary doctorate degrees, meaning that you can be honored with something that you didn't work go spend college time in. Like for real, you can the moment it's amazing that you can get a degree, an honorary degree, and you didn't even earn it. You didn't even work for it. But yet this man got degrees, honorary degrees, and in colleges that he never attended to. You know what I'm saying? We see this dude go out and do amazing things, even send kids to college. I remember seeing a video of him taking like three black dudes in his jet, and they was going to college. And there was this one dude that was, I think, was cool either with all three of them or just one of them. He was crying. He was like, man, look, oh shit. And Bill was like, you want to go? And he was like, yeah, I want to go. And he was like, come on. And I was like, that's hard right there. For a dude to be taking kids that was going to college, and then out of nowhere take another kid in, and so he can see that it's possible. And it's like, wow, you want to see more dudes do that, no matter who they are. You know what I'm saying? You want to see more African American leaders do that for the next generation. But here's where things get crazy. Like we all seen what happens when you make money, and then when you're trying to make money that help change the status and everything else around the community, that is jacked up and you know it's jacked up and you want to change that in any sorts of way, or even try to make enough money to buy a piece of the system, it's not 100% acceptable, unfortunately. Like the mint, because two things that happened to Dr. Bill Cosby that caused him, that led to what happened today. Number one, he wanted to buy NBC. He wanted to buy NBC, the same network that he helped made number one with his two shows, The Cosby Show and A Different World. Two shows that he made number one. Two shows that made NBC rich was The Cosby Show and A Different World. And A Different World wasn't even supposed to be that show. Wasn't be that number one show. In fact, it was so good that it managed to top The Cosby Show. Crazy thing is that uh A Different World wasn't even supposed to be surpass season one or even season two. It was lucky to get season two, but yet they managed to surpass that and then some. And yet those are, and those two shows were the brainchild of Dr. Cosby, this guy that gives you the Fat Albert and Cosby Kids. This is the same guy that gave you I Spy. This is the same guy that gave you movies like Ghost Dad. You know what I'm saying? And many more. And you telling me that this guy plays a part of so many women that that came out telling the world, hey, this is the man that did this to me. And I admit, I was one of the many people that said, if that happened 30 years ago, why bring it up now? Because it became a domino effect when one woman said, hey, Bill Cosby did this to me. Then the next day, Bill Cosby did that same thing to me. Then the next day. It's like each woman pops up each day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was one of those dudes that was like, if that happened 30 years ago, why now? You know what I'm saying? Because I even started doing the math. It's like you're 60, like you're in your 40s and 50s, right? So chances are you were a teenager or close to an adult when you met Bill Cosby at the time. And I don't know what was their agenda, whether it's to just be like, oh my God, it's Bill Cosby. Ooh, it's Bill Cosby. I can't believe I'm with Bill Cosby. Or they had an agenda of being famous. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to be famous until they're in a position where they wanted. That next question is, how famous do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? And like I say, that everybody and their mama knew that Bill Cosby is a married man. So I I personally thought, not think now, but thought then that these women had agendas, knowing that this man is married. Either they had agenda of want to be famous and they want to, you know what I'm saying, rub shoulders and shake hands with the top of the cream of the crop, or they did have the agenda of wanting to get with get with the man. You know what I'm saying? So there's like so many questions that just keep popping up. Like, why would you meet a man that you know is married in an atmosphere like the Playboy Mansion, where it's probably you probably couldn't get in unless you were like what 18 or 21, and you probably like 16, 17 could pass out as an 18 or 21-year-old. You know what I'm saying? In the especially like in the 60s and 70s, with certain things was going down, boom, boom, boom. Like I say, these are all questions. This is not me making assumptions. But this is wondering why now? You know what I'm saying? Now it is jacked up to put stuff like Quaalude in people's drink, and then all of a sudden get straight to the room. But if you knew this, like these are lessons that need to be taught as well as learned. Never ever, never ever ever try to mess with a married man. No matter how good how good his words play is. You know what I'm saying? If he's married and you know he's married, don't go no further. Don't put yourself in a position where it could lead to heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Don't not lead yourself into a situation where you in the middle or in the midst get hurt, and then you hold on to this burden instead of confronting this dude, confronting the person, like, yo, I don't know what was going on, but I did not plan for this to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't put yourself in a position. They even go for dudes. Don't put yourself in a position with a woman that's going to be a problem to you if you know she is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that these women that accuse Dr. Cosby were problems. But I do believe there was an agenda being made. And unfortunately, that agenda back then didn't succeed for them. So a new agenda popped up for today, in which caused Dr. Cosby to be guilty of 3 charges of assault. And then here comes something else. In the midst of him being the scapegoat, here comes a list, a long list of so many Hollywood powerhouses that, like, great media moguls, end up being targets now. They all, from Harvey Weinstein all the way to Kevin Spacey, and the list goes on, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And now even news TV legendary journalists, TV journalists, are now being popped up. It's like, wow, this list is like, this man is about to go to jail, while these dudes just keep getting their name mentioned every once in a while. About 45 and still counting on this one or two on each, you know what I'm saying, each white legendary moguls in media. You know what I'm saying? This man's about to go to jail. But this is the prime example of black folks need to be put in their place one way or another. And that's the facts. That's the facts. Remember, this is, like I told you back then, the justice system that is designed based upon, especially in this country. So if they can do that to Bill Cosby, this is the same justice system that tried to get Michael Jackson. The same justice system that got Tupac, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on, and they trying their best to get R. Kelly. They trying their best to get R. Kelly, and it's like, for real. This is the same justice system that almost got Kobe Bryant. You feel what I'm saying? And the list goes on. And to see Bill Cosby in the state where he is as an 80-year-old man, you're telling me that this man can spend 30 years in prison, 30 more years of his life in prison, if possible? I'm it's hard for me to say, just it's hard for me to be it's hard for me to be emotional on one way when there's something else. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing that this country is built like that. And yeah, I still get amazed of finding out how crazy the justice system is. But that lets me know who's really running the system. And it ain't godly folks. Unfortunately, it's not godly folks. Because as long as this is in play, because the love of money is the root of all evil. And if the money is the root of all evil, then they doing everything they can to get rich off of Bill Cosby in jail. Just like they getting rich off of Michael Jackson and his death, and they're gonna do the same thing with Prince, because he's no longer around. They, as long as there are dead and in prison black celebrities, there's better chances of them get the people who's behind them being in the situation that they are to get more money. And that's unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, justice is served. And then the whole Me Too movement. Here's one thing I don't understand about movements of today as opposed to 30, 40 years ago. Like the movement of today, it is like a two-sided coin. Because the head part is, I want to do this for justice. I want to do this for the people. I want to make sure that this type of situation should never happen again. Boom, boom, boom. And that sounds good. But on the tail part, there are people who is not really about that agenda. There are people who looked at your stuff as a face, as a mask. But their true agenda is to push their agenda through your agenda, through the agenda. That's why the Me Too movement, if it's not 100, not 100 in my opinion, based upon the fact that not everybody in that movement and any other movement of today cares about the agenda of the movement, because the agenda of the movement is to have victims of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual violation to speak up. You know what I'm saying? And it only focused on women that were abused as physical abuse. There is no Me Too movement when it comes to the men who've been sexually assaulted, sexually abused, sexually violated by women and as well as men. You know what I'm saying? Unless the Me Too movement, when it comes to the men, deals with gay men. I'm just you know what I'm saying? And I might have to do some research. And if you got details and research, please bring it to the comment board and all that stuff, because quite frankly, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. Cause I'm still learning about the justice system, as well as I'm still learning about this Me Too movement, the Time Up movement. I do believe movements are necessary. However, it all depends on how long you extend it. And then once the mission is accomplished, what's next? You know what I'm saying? If your goal is to have people have sexual predators in jail or ask for the death penalty for these cats, okay, once that accomplished, what's next? How do we heal the victim? How do we encourage the victim to live lives? You know, live their lives. What's next? You know what I'm saying? How do we help them to become better human beings? How do we help them to become better women? How do we help them become better men? You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, and this is the message to the church. If you got ministry that deals with such situations like this, I pray that y'all continue to get study and show yourself approved, especially on the topic of topic like this, the situations like this, because at the end of the day, no matter where your status are in life, if you break the law, you face the consequences. And if the justice system on earth do not the justice system on earth, especially in the United States, if that justice system do not, I repeat, do not accomplish the duties of justice, then I guarantee you, God It's the ultimate judge. If men ignore it, God doesn't ignore it. And it's a different story with his justice system because God is just. And his justice system is way more pure and way more holy than the justice system here on earth. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? What men do, what men don't do, God does. God does. God do it and does it better. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man sees one thing, God sees everything. And I know that's going to be a topic been dealing with that statement. But until then, it's your boy P Lot, aka Brick Slinger. If you like what you heard, put that like button in. Dislike what you heard, dislike button. If there's something you that agree that need to be said more, put on the comment board. The same thing as far as you disagree and you need to bring something else out to shape to the bring to the comment board. You know what I'm saying? If you want to build a dialogue with me on that comment board, feel free to, because I don't mind talking. And at the same time, I don't mind learning. But I do mind any sarcasmism and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I cool you disagree, but I do not condone disrespect any type of way. You know what I'm saying? So keep it keep it real. Keep sharpening one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers